come through the qualifiers, which was a hard task, it really was. And perhaps a little sign to other players that are having a bit of a problem to analyse it, get a coach, whatever it is, get it sorted.
Yes, the ability's never lost. It's the application of it
41
that is that poses the problems. And all credit, but as every dart player knows, it's another day, another dollar. You've got to start all over again and perform at your best. Not a bad start. A little erratic from Keegan Brown.
78.
Well, he comes in here for winning the Youth World Championships. Roby John Rodriguez. And so, like you said, he had a good run last year. Beat Barney, beat A.D. Lewis.
60.
And over the last couple of years, he really has come on in leaps and bounds. Come through the PDC Youth Tour
60.
now, and there's so many players, Gwynny, coming through there. It really is starting to show.
Well, I went to the recent youth qualifiers for the youth final at Wigan, and tell you what, Rod,
82.
I saw some amazing darts thrown by the under-25s, I think they are now. But lots of young players there.
125.
I think to myself, there's certainly a great future for this game, as Webster, world champion on the BDO side, of course, back in 2008. Looking to get an early lead in this game if he possibly
89.
can.
Yes, Webster comes back for double top. Oh, and that's a killer blow for young Keegan Brown. However, that may be irrelevant if Mark takes the tops out. There's nothing better than cleaning the first leg up pretty comfortable, which is exactly what Webster has done. Holds on to his throw. Of course, in the other group, James Wade in the previous match beat Van der Horst 5-2.
Yes.
Pretty comfortable win in the end for James.
Yes, even more comfortable than the score suggests, to be honest. And if he's going to have
60.
that sort of form, Rod, then these two may well be fighting it out for second place. I'm not discounting Van der Horst altogether.
60.
Of course not. You can't afford to do that. They'll be conscious of that Wade performance, because they will have known, they'll have been in the practice room. In fact, I saw them going for the bull. Webster already a leg up, gets the first 180 of the match against the darts.
Yes, and against the darts is when it really hurts your opponent. It's worth 6 darts normally, but you've got to follow it up. You don't want to, what we call, cut it in half afterwards. So if he doesn't hit a treble, it's not much better than level tons. Well,
97.
He's done exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah, you'd settle for 277 in 6 darts, wouldn't you?
81. Margaret 164.
Gettable. But he wouldn't have had to go for the bull had he managed to reach that stage. That's an excellent throw again. Brown under the cosh at the moment.
100.
Well, he's only thrown 12 darts against the throwers, Webster, so he's going to get 2 darts at the double. Double top. Well, he's down to the 10s. He hit it in the first leg. You can see the hole.
21.
On that double, but it weren't close now.
100.
Treble. Really is out of sorts at the moment.
Yeah, he's all over the show. He's really a shadow of the player we saw 12 months ago, as Webster looks to move inside that, brush it in. It's a pity that he only hit 44 last time, but he's in with a shout. He wants tops here.
56.
I thought that was 76 scored. My apologies. My apologies.
A shot to the second leg.
So 2-0 to Webster. Oh, superb. Superb from the Welshman. Second maximum.
Well, that's exactly what you're going to do. Punish your opponent for his bad luck or bad mistakes. That's exactly what Webster's done. And you can see that Webster's darts, they penetrate the board a lot more. A lot heavier dart, a lot stronger throw. Well, can they stay in this time? Wow.
Well,
that's incredible.
You've got to say that is really unlucky, and you know, given that everybody else's darts are staying in the board,
20.
You've got to ask questions about his errors, because nobody else's have had them fall out against him.
It was?
It was a total of 47 on the deck, and you had about 40 of them. Oh, 3-0 now to Webster. And Keegan Brown, everything's going wrong for him. He's really got to somehow. But if Webster's darts were falling out as well,
120.
If Webster's darts were falling out as well, I would have greater sympathy. But they're not.
But Mark's got a lot stronger throw, as you can see. He throws a heavier dart, probably 4 or 5 grams heavy, and you can see the force that Mark Webster is putting those darts in the board. Where what Keegan does, he flicks his darts, so they're coming in at a higher rainbow.
And that was, of course, very similar to how you used to throw, as I recall.
60, Mark, you recall 164.
Well, now a chance 60. Here for Keegan Brown.
You recall 121.
She'll give him a bit more confidence. Now he's got to calm down for the treble 17. Well, he set it up absolutely perfectly. Webster on 104.
Well, Brown's been hurt. This would hurt him, really hurt him, if Webster were to take this out. He can't now, so a relief here for Brown. He's got to get this double 18, and he's not entirely out of the match. Well, that's confidence. Well done, lad. Yes, there is somebody up there after all looking down on you.
Game on.
And at least he's got that leg under his belt. Somehow he's got to try and break Webster's throw, but it's going to be difficult while Webb is throwing like this.
39. $60.
Well, you'd like to say it's upset his concentration, but before the dropouts, you know, he only had a 68 average, so he was struggling before the fallouts, but it's made it even worse.
41.
With a chance here. Now, this is where the 140 puts him back in the game, perhaps even a max.
100.
Oh!
Check 60.
Well, in the end, he lost. Now that was embarrassing.
Now he should have, John. He should have gone. Look how long that dart's staying the board. I know it shouldn't fall out, but that's when he should have been in there. He's just lost 60 points through playing up to the crowd. That you don't do. He's having a bad time, but he's just cost himself 60 points.
And I was just about to say what character he's just shown, and indeed had done. I mean, that doesn't take anything away from his efforts.
93.
They were in. And poor lad, suffering, definitely suffering.
$130.
Well, you can't throw your darts hard up because then you lose your natural throw, so that's out of the question. You can say rough the points up a little bit, but make them stick in the board.
Well, double 10 here now for Webster for 4-1.
71.
148 for Brown. Of course, he'd have been a much closer had it not been for those fallouts rather than bounce outs. And he's sticking to the task. Full credit to him. He's sticking to the task.
Double 10 it is. 4-1 lead for Mark Webster. And I have to say, John, I'd have probably asked for the board to be changed. I know you can say, Mark Webster can say, well, in actual fact, no, because mine are okay. But, you know, as we said so many times, totally different set of darts, totally different throw.
And in fairness, maybe that's the inexperience of the player showing 58. Through, and more experienced players might well have done, you feel.
$84.
But what he mustn't do is get too disillusioned. He's got 2 more games to play against James Wade and Van der Horst, so He's got 2 more games to play, and
58.
I think it's important that he tries to win this leg, that he's on the throne, make these games last as long as possible, and at least you get legs. If it does go to legs difference in the final reckoning for qualification for the last 16, then they can be absolutely vital, a la goal difference in football.
100.
Well, he's in command in this leg.
46.
Wasted dart there. This could hurt Keegan Brown if he can fill it up. Just the deflection puts it low. And certainly now Keegan Brown may get 6 darts from 189.
It's become ridiculous. It's become ridiculous. I mean, that dart.
145.
He'll be heartbroken, the lad. I can well understand. I've lost count of the number that have actually come out of the treble 20, but it must be 7.
6 or 7.
6 or 7. Must be.
41. Keegan, you require 149.
Yes, it's hard to handle, young man. I know exactly what he's going through.
Well, we were talking earlier, not that long ago, young Keegan and myself, about the nickname that he holds. Double 12 here for Webster. Double 6 when he comes back. About a nickname. About fallout. Tops. Oh, this has got to go. And does. And he did it brilliantly, Rob. You see how he used the marker perfectly there. And that wedged in. Just about.
Yes, and he's showing a bit of character. Showing that those fallouts are not really killing him.
78.
And that's a perfect dart. Now, they look solid, so stay there. And that's exactly what he's done. I thought he may switch to the 19s. But he hasn't. Now, he wins this leg, holds his throw, and then anything can happen.
You're right. Of games ago,
100.
and it would be remarkable if Brown came back here to take this the distance, but he's got to win this leg first, and at the moment Webster still composed, gets a brilliant 137.
Well, he's got to shift, he's got to move, he's done exactly that.
77.
Absolute brilliant leg of darts from Keegan Brown against the throw.
I think under the circumstances, Rod, given what he's had to put up
90.
with, this is nothing short of miraculous. He wants double 16 for an absolutely brilliant 11 dart leg. That man has talent.
Keegan to throw first.
No doubt about it. 23-year-old Keegan Brown had a birthday on bonfire night, and now it's he who's supplying the fireworks.
40.
Yes, as I said, he's shown an awful lot of character. And now, Mark Webster, he's just got to make sure he finishes off here. He doesn't want to go to the last leg, for obvious reasons. But Keegan, just stay focused. If that dart looks a little bit fragile, shift down to the 19s. Don't even, you know,
47.
the chance of the other dart coming in, hitting it, deflecting off it, and make it even, you know, looser in the treble. Just switch to the open big trebles.
140.
Well, a colourful afternoon. We've had a green on the hockey, we've got a brown on the hockey. Who's to come yet?
96.
Good game, this. A very good game indeed. Might have been spoiled by a succession of fallouts rather than bounce outs from the treble 20, but they're sticking in now, and now they just yet another magical maximum from the young man. Had to go for it. Now then, 130 for the match, 155 for a 5-3 victory for Webster. Well.